Alright, here we are. Here we are, except, well, here does not refer to a time in which my stupid ghetto-rigged microphone arm is set up right, but here we are nonetheless. Let me see. Alright, that still looks right. It's been a few days since I looked at that. But yeah, the Castlevania stuff that I do is continued today after an unexpected silence of a few days, which came mostly as a result of me being asleep during the time that I would usually be using to stream due to having a terribly disfaced sleep cycle, as you know, is my want. Okay, good, that's still in place. Okay, right. Something else I was gonna do, but I forgot to do, is adjust my little overlay back there, so that, you know, it actually completely frames the game. It's the game visual instead of, you know, me kind of haphazardly putting it over the thing and it not lining up right most of the time, but I forgot I was gonna do that, so see if I can line this up more or less symmetrically and then there we go. What the fuck is Moxibot? Also, Moxibot is the new automated automaton that I put in my Discord to post the announcements for me. I don't know if you noticed, because sometimes I forget to do that. But anyway, we got dinner. Well, I had probably not having dinner for a little bit, because I had supper a little, like a couple hours ago. Where am I? There I am. And my supper was, what was it? I have the thing right over there, I should know what it was. Oh, music, but now it's gone, alright. Oh, probably because I see why, hang on. I should probably figure out what I'm gonna say before I continue with anything. Well, we'll just leave it at I had supper. So probably not dinner for a little while, but we are continuing with the tale of white-haired Belmont with a blue aura that looks kind of like Alucard, and who can double jump now and slide too, I think. Yep. And who I'm having a little bit of a hard time remembering where he's supposed to be going next, because I'm pretty sure he can't go up to the top part of the castle yet, but I think he's pretty much done everything. Like, I'm in Castle B right now, I think, yep. So I'll probably go back to Castle A now that I have the ability to break walls again. Would actually be a good idea to go back to the area that's under where I am right now, which was the area with all the mer people. which I avoided on purpose the first time I was here, because I think there's some kind of obstacle that's supposed to stop you from going too far in that direction, so it's kind of a useless roundabout the first time you go there, but I want to imagine that with the with the abilities we've gotten so far, it's no longer the case, but I'm not even sure. I see that thing followed me all the way over here, alright. So you can see, you should probably be either paying attention or trying to bring the microphone a little closer, not both at once. There we go. I can't see the keyboard. Why can you not see the keyboard, Red Bear? Like, is it too poorly lit compared to how the other one was? Let's see, alright. I think I pretty much filled out the entirety of the map of this place, this area before. At least in this version of the castle. I think there are some parts that I missed in Castle A. So I guess for now the plan is to go back there and just kind of figure out what parts of that place have not yet filled out, because I didn't have the actual reach for it. It's not lit at all. I did catch a part where Red Bear broke his old keyboard, but I don't know, was there like lighting on the keyboard, or did the lights surrounding the keyboard change somehow? I'm not entirely clear on that. There we go. Well, while I let the thing open up, let me see. Yep. That's the keyboard that's being used right now, I take it. I think I did see that picture. Been to both versions of this place for the most part. So now I try to find out what's in the part of this place that I've apparently mapped out in the other castle, but not in this one. After I dealt with these Castlevania birds, that is. I get the feeling that, if this is anything like the version of the castle that I had, well, the version of this place that I had explored before, I'm not actually going to be able to find any ways to proceed down here. But then again, maybe it does have to do with what I suspected it might, which is, well, apparently so. Apparently, if you break a wall in like a version of the castle, then the wall stays broken in the other version. I guess that's how that works. After all. So now we get to see what the Castle A version of this place looks like. Apparently there's still no merchant here, even though this looks like a room where a merchant might appear. I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the Castle B version of that room either. Also, I think it's raining now. I could barely hear that. But if I remove my headphones for just a bit, I can now hear the pattering of the rain outside very kind of steadily, I guess. Alright, let's visit this version of the save room also, and go down into the big room below, which I'm pretty sure is where the pinball puzzle was. And apparently it still is. Is there anything else? Well, apparently not. Just kind of self-contained in this area here. And instead of flea men, we got those things. Guess it's better to just... I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did in the other castle, which is... just kind of... Oh, hey, I didn't realize this was here actually, but... Hooray, I guess. Oh, this is where you find one of the relics. Well, you know, we get the final blood, so I'm actually quite glad that I got that. There's probably some kind of hint for, you know, being able to find this thing, like... You know how you get some items called hint cards, pretty much. Here and there, but... Well, apparently I found that room in the other version of the castle, so... It would make a lot of sense if I weren't able to access it here. Oh god. Oh, I leveled up on one of those guys. The old one was backlit with red LEDs. You already know the one I'm using right now is also backlit with red LEDs. It's also mechanical though. Bone pillars here, which unfortunately we can just slide by them, it looks like, so it's not going to be a big problem. And this part looks pretty much the same, and apparently I have one new item in my Steam inventory. What is that? It's a coupon for 20% off something called Observer for Layers of Fear owners. Oh, hey, there's some stuff over there that I want. That's what we get for beating the pinball race. So let's go ahead and reset that, because I do want that stuff. What is Observer? Let me see. Apparently it's Chevron Observer. What would you do if your fears were hacked? That's a premise, I guess. I don't know, I mean, I don't really like Layers of Fear all that much, to be quite frank with you, but there we go. Let's go ahead and try to beat the pinball now. Alright, forget about this part. Oh. That was surprisingly not... Surprisingly not as painful as I thought it would be, landing on the spikes. See if we can still make it. I don't know if we're ahead of... slightly ahead, but I don't know if we can keep it that way. Okay, so it needs to... takes the ball a little bit of effort to get up there. And it did manage to give us exactly the time we needed to get here. Alright. We won the pinball race. And we got the Bolt book. Alright, and... also I think more furniture for that one room. The Bolt book, which is the penultimate spell book. It helps us do lightning element spells, apparently. Okay, and we can do the Grand Cross thing if you combine that with the cross weapon, it looks like that. I think I'll still stick to the Wind book and the cross combination, because how versatile that is. We mapped that out completely too, alright, good. And now we actually get out of here and try to figure out if we can get to the aqueduct place in Castle A. Well, at least one good thing I can say about this game is that, like, they obviously kind of took the whole notion of two castles from Symphony of the Night, where you get the regular castle and then the inverted castle, but at the same time, the way they kind of integrated it into this game kind of means that you don't have to, like, the two castles don't exist as separately as they did in Symphony, like, they're actually kind of integrated with one another, which means you don't have to go on a long journey just to travel between one castle and the other. And I think that's a good thing, so... Still kind of surprised at how many hits I have to dole out to take care of the harpies there. Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing. I also got pretty good armor if, you know, the fact that we're taking only 1 damage from almost everything is any indication. I don't trust this guy to only deal out 1 damage though. Oh, okay, that thing can still hurt us even as the guy's dying. Did I go far enough? I did go far enough. Far enough to where I can actually get to where I'm going, but it's not too far, alright. There. I sure hope this is where I have to... where I want to be going right now. I think it is, alright. Well, I say I think it is because apparently I have traveled through both ends of this place in the other castle, but I think I do remember there being like a barrier right here that I couldn't really get past. Apparently it's gone now, alright. I don't know. Oh, was that the barrier? I hope it was. Nope, this is the barrier right here, and something tells me that with the... even with this thing I'm not gonna be able to break that. Nope. So this wasn't quite the way. I'm gonna have to take the long way around again, it looks like. Oh well, that's what backdashing is for. Ow. You know, at the very least we do have that long-standing tradition where if you can manage to master the backdash, you can move so much faster. And I'm pretty glad that that's one of the kind of classic Metroidvania things that they, you know, they did make a point of putting into Bloodstained. Even in the very sort of basic demo, that is what the vast majority of the people who backed have been able to get access to. You can already see that. I'm kind of wondering, you know, speaking of Bloodstained, that, you know, that being the whole reason why I chose to do this marathon now and the Metroid one right before. Kind of wondering, since I'm gonna be going back to class 2 medicine jars. Gonna be going back to class next week. How often I'm gonna be able to do, you know, continue these streams. And because of that, when I'm gonna be done with this versus when Bloodstained is gonna come out. Oh. Okay, it was cursed. Cursed, which has the same effect that it does in Circle of the Moon, and possibly Symphony as well. I don't remember. Pretty much all it does is make it so you can't attack, or I don't even know if it does even make it so you can't attack in this, but it's kind of moves slower for a little bit. Oh boy, it's well, this is part of the reason too why you don't come down this way before you know what the deal is, I guess. I mean, you can still survive and find your way around, but it's more of a pain, I guess. Oh. I forget if there's like even a way to mitigate this, or if we just kind of have to do a trial and error. I'd like to imagine that it's a former, but I mean, I'm definitely managing to get through this dark hallway here. Didn't think Bloodstained would come out. Why is sad lizard? There's gonna be spikes down here, no, but there's gonna be the head card too. Alright. Speaking of head cards, what does this one say? It says, the eyes of the goddess statue point to a secret passage. Oh, hey, one of the hint cards that is actually a hint that is a nod towards where one of the Dracula relics is. And it's actually going to be relevant if we ever get past these dark hallways and into the next area. Which I guess will happen. Oh. Ooh. Okay, not that way then. Oh, and a Chaos Ring. What does the Chaos Ring do, I wondered? Increases the strength of holy water. It's a little bit strange considering that there's an item called the Chaos Ring in a couple of later games, and that's not what its function is. Alright, we made it past, I guess. Here we go. Little aqueducts. Let's see if we can make our way to where presumably the save room will be. Same place as before. Starter games never think they will come out, or if they do, assume they will be rubbish. Well, I can see why you would think that based on some of the cases that there have been, but I mean, there's also been some pretty good cases, like Shovel Knight, I think, was a Kickstarter thing. Some of the Shantae sequels were Kickstarter. Well, the latest one, I think, was a Kickstarter thing. There are a few more examples. I have so far I've only given to like 3 or 4 Kickstarter games that I can think of. Actually, pretty much only one of the indie type game stuff that I've backed actually was on Kickstarter, and that's Bloodstained. There's a couple other games that I backed that were on Indiegogo, and then another one that was like, I forget if they even had like a platform, or if it was just like independent, completely independent kind of backing donations. There's also the System Shock remake that they were making. I'm pretty sure they're still making that, but I forget if I even backed that. I don't remember that I wanted to though. Alright, here we go. I should probably check that. As you know, I do like System Shock. Should probably play System Shock 2 at some point, probably for the stream. Haven't I ever do it like, oh boy. Tiny slime that curses you. Well, you can still attack while you're cursed, so I guess pretty much all it does is turn you into like a zombie form for a few moments. Hey, what over here? Hard gloves. I got something else here now from like that one room. It's better than whatever I'm wearing right now. I can't even remember what it was, but I guess not. Hard gloves aren't even as good as the Guardian gloves by the looks of it. Alright, so after all of these bats down here. Okay, we were not able to go this way before, were we? Oh, never mind, yes we were, and I think there's a little boss encounter over on the top part that I should probably take care of before I go any further, but well, for now let me see if I can, you know, address the puzzle in this room. Do you remember what that hint card said about the eyes of the goddess pointing to a secret? Well, this guy doesn't look very secret. Okay, that's a boomerang, I guess. But much like the other armors in the game, I guess you can stagger him by just hitting him enough times in a row. Hey, well, you know, it's a completely inconspicuous wall, except it's not. It's actually a secret that hides another relic of Dracula, the Nail of Blood. How many of those do we have right now? Let me see. Got the heart, the nail, and the fang. Increases defense, increases strength. And we need 3 more. Guess that's pretty much our quest right now. So this area down here is where I think we were pretty much unable to progress before because there was some kind of barrier that we couldn't really deal with, but now that we have this, let me see. The crushing stone. Break those walls and find something else on the other side, which again I don't know if I could, well, it doesn't matter anyway, because the next obstacle, as you can see, is, well, that's too high to jump over, so not really much of a point in getting past that at this point. That's what I need right now is, what I need next is the way to, you know, clear those gaps. Let's go ahead and put this back on. I think the yellow stone is gonna be the best choice for this area, since I'm pretty sure the aquatic-based enemies are weak against lightning. Actually, I get the feeling that, you know, clearing this place normally is probably what I should be trying to do right now. Oh god. Alright, I didn't remember that these slimes could actually turn into spike balls like that. Well, this thing's probably gonna keep spitting them out like that. I did recall something like that happening, but I didn't remember that this is where it was gonna happen. Alright. Or rather, I think I saw that pipe in the other castle, but it didn't happen, and I was kind of surprised and just ended up not expecting it for whatever reason. That was clearly a smart choice. Oh boy. Just really wonder what's gonna happen here. What have we here, other than that 150 money thing? Got a blue stone that's probably not gonna be using here because of same elemental weaknesses that I already mentioned. It's probably gonna come in handy later though. Alright, there we go. And if I'm not mistaken, there was pretty much just an empty room full of, well, not empty room, but big room full of fishmen and mermen in the other version of the castle, but now there's actually something here. Actually looks kind of empty at first, but then this happens. Got the giant merman, who's pretty non-issue of a boss, as you can see, as a few bosses in this game are. Not to say all of them, since, you know, the final boss, or at least one of the final bosses in this game is actually pretty tough. But then you get bosses like this, which pretty much just, you can see the disproportionate damage ratio that there is going on here, and how, you know, how effective he is being at not telegraphing his attacks, which is to say not at all. And even when he spams me with lackeys like that, still managed to get an excellent rating from the little post strike at the end. So I guess there really aren't any like breakable walls in this game. I didn't remember that being the case. I don't think I've found even one so far. Oh yeah, I was marking these things up on the map, wasn't I? Oh well. I'm just gonna go ahead and quietly give up on that, much like I did in, you know, the other two games, so I tried to do that. And now we're back at the other side of the clock tower. Oh boy, and there's two Paranthropus S, which I guess this is kind of like, this is kind of weird. I'm not sure how that painting is staying up too, because this doesn't look like there's anything to support like the corners, but I guess this is like a little notch back to the skeleton cave. So what is in here? Oh, it's another hard mix-up. It's pretty much all that's here, I guess. And that's probably gonna matter much, since pretty much all of the sub-weapon use I use, or I do, is with the assistance of the spell books, which means that you don't actually use hearts when, you know, casting these things, you just use magic. Which is something that I can definitely support, since, you know, whereas, hey, finally we can open this thing. Whereas, magic regenerates automatically hearts a lot. There we go. I just wonder if these, you know, the circle of protective crosses that I have is gonna defend me against the spikes. It did not defend me against the spikes. I'm pretty sure, since I've already fully mapped out the aqueduct down there and was able to find the passageway back into the luminous cave, which didn't actually lead anywhere. So what I'm gonna do now is go back to the corridor in the sky, from the corridor in the air. Watch him college. Hey, an actual place where these things came in handy and actually got spent. I'm pretty sure there was at least one other passageway that could only be broken with the last upgrade that I got, which was the, you know, the thing that lets you crush certain walls with a whip. Don't think it was even in this part of the castle though. So probably just gonna have to take the passage back to the other parts of the castle. And kinda go from there. Should also be a new passageway that's open now that we've killed the shadow boss in the other castle. Okay, we get a crimson cloak. Don't think that's gonna be very useful though. I think at least in this game it goes back to having the utility of a bestiary, which is actually pretty important if you're gonna rely on enemy drops. And okay, we keep going here, which I'm pretty sure there used to be like a wall here, but since we broke it in the other castle, it's no longer here in this one. Here we go. Hey, remember when your evil version from the other version of reality tried to kill me? It's really you this time, right? So you run into my other self. I'm really surprised I was doing so well at hiding his existence. I was nearly taken over by him. Dracula's strength was so overwhelming. Don't say that. When he brought Lily to this place, he hid her in a castle forged from the fabric of my mind. By losing my memory, I protected her, but I think I've reached my limit. She's in the Lord's room, and with this bracelet you can gain entrance as well. Alright. Can't just leave you lying here like this, but you must. Well, I mean, this room seems quiet enough. Alright, we got MK's bracelet. We can now participate in the martial arts tournament to save the Earthrealm from Outworld. Also, Shinnok is behind everything, I think. But we can also get to the throne room, I guess. Which I guess is what we're gonna do next. I think pretty much the only way to do that right now is to climb through the chapel of the chapel of whatever it was called. That's right above this part of the castle. So let's go. Sure, hope I don't die by being attacked by one of those guys that have no arms but have like a water propulsion jet. I think that was in the other castle room. Smart. Raiden went into the Unreal Tournament universe to find fighters at one point. I see. I would probably follow the Mortal Kombat stuff more if I was any good at the game, but from what little I've tried of the Mortal Kombat games, I can pretty much confirm that I am not. There's a crossover character from Unreal Championship 2. Come on. Right. Here we go. Pretty much nearly there, it looks like. Bone thrower. I'm pretty sure one of the relics that we want is going to be right up here, so if I'm not mistaken, it shouldn't take me terribly long to actually get to the end game, which is pretty good because I do want to finish this game today. You know, much like with pretty much every Metroidvania so far, I've kind of gone with the idea that we're gonna do it in two parts. Let's look at the magic spell. Alright, so if we put on the bracelet here, let's swap out the guardian boots, I guess. held Maxim's bracelet above head. Guess that's it. Alright. Well, now I will put on the Guardian boots again, thank you very much. And equip this just so I can, you know, break that thing. And look at this, which, you know, even here they try to make it look like Symphony of the Night, even though it's clearly not gonna be possible, at least not to the same extent. I don't know, should I? I guess I'm gonna keep this equipped, because I don't know if I'm gonna hint card number 3, alright. And there's a boss right up ahead, and there's also another gate, which, do you know that we can teleport between these gates by pressing down? Right, but I do want to see what the other version of the castle looks like here. As you can see, there is no longer a boss in this part, there's just this guy. And a mystical robe. Sure do wonder, can we like open up the shortcut between... We're in Castle B right now, aren't we? Yep, okay. So we've been to the area that's right below this place. It's like a big stairway with lots of elevators and such. Kinda wonder if we can, you know, open up that passageway that's between these two places. I've been to... well, I know I haven't been to the other part of this, the other version of this room, but... have I been to the other version of the other side of that door? And did I have? Alright. So we're going through the doors again. I don't know, should I go to a save room or should I try to chance the boss without doing that? Don't remember the boss being that difficult, if it's what I think it is. I think I'm gonna chance it. You know, besides I do have some, you know, speaking of Mortal Kombat, I think there's some stages in that where the background looks like this. And then there's an egg where Susu breaks out. Susu, who actually, you know, if I'm not mistaken, he's supposed to be like one of the bosses from, yep, Castlevania 3, oh boy. He actually has more or less the same moveset. And he kind of looks similar too, and I guess that's why, you know, in the Netflix series there's kind of a big demon that shows up in one of the, I think the 3rd episode, or was it the final episode, I can't remember, of the 1st season. It's kind of a big nondescript evil black demon that is kind of the ringleader of the ones that are attacking, but because they're kind of trying to make the connections between, you know, the games and the lore in the series, they call that one Pazuzu. Even though I think that the boss in Castlevania, okay, didn't know I could summon these guys. I think the boss in Castlevania 3 that this guy is supposed to be a reference to was called Leviathan. You know, if I'm not mistaken. You see, there's pretty much ample warning before he's about to do anything. I guess it's not so good if you get cornered when he's about to do that fireball thing. Okay, here we go. Well, you know I survived. And I am gonna get one of these things. Only managed to get a cool that time though. Alright, so... hey, we won the game. There's the nondescript anime girl that we came to save. That clearly means the game's over. Are you injured? Maxim had her tucked away safely here, which makes a lot of sense, even though what we're trying to do is just get her away from here to begin with. What happened to the person that brought me to this place, who looked completely different and totally wasn't just evil Maxime? Until Maxime came to my rescue, I was blindfolded. Alright. Oh, so this is where you've been hiding. Me too, is a bold one. General Belmonte. I shall have this maiden for myself. Alrighty then. Justo. Come find me, Justo. I guess that's how you pronounce the name in Japanese, but well, you know, we couldn't save the enemy girl after all. We got bamboozled by death. At least we did find this stuff, and I can't even remember if we've been to this version of the stairs yet. Yeah, we have not been to this version of the stairs yet, so I guess we'll take it a long way around so we can fill out more of the map. And find even more save rooms. Which is surely a good deal here. Hey, and I think these are poison lizards. Wasn't sure if their name was gonna be Poison Lizard or Poison Lizard Man. There we go. And they spit poison like that too. They don't just try to stab you. Well, for some reason I'm pretty sure that they poison you even if they just stab you, not if they specifically breathe the poison at you. At least it doesn't look like these enemies are too intimidating, to be quite frank with you. Apparently I wasn't able to go to this room in the other version of the castle, but you already know, it's the merchant. Let's see what he's selling now. Got 14 potions. And 5 high potions, and not that much money, to be quite frank. Apparently the heavy armor is better than whatever we're wearing right now. And the bloody glove, alright. Guess we could get this stuff. Get this at least, rather. I think I will buy the bloody glove, actually. So, hey. He actually does laugh, I forgot about that. Let's wear this blood-soaked glove as our armor, I guess. Apparently it's really good for defense. And I can definitely see why that would be the case, though. Apparently pig's blood will protect you from getting shot and taking any harm from that. If the internet has taught me anything. Specifically one Word to Pray video I'm thinking of. Apparently the poison lizards are pretty shy compared to the regular lizard men. Just cannot constantly back away from you, right? Only if I found a drawing of the castle. Which kind of makes him wonder how many of the... How many of these things are we missing now? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Missing a few. Why do we have a bunch of them? I'm not gonna be trying to get all of them though. Also, I think we get a different version of a boss that we already fought. Because it was pretty much in this exact same location in the other version of the castle. Here we know it's another Minotaur, exactly where the other one was. It's level 2 this one though. It has a ball and chain instead of a big axe, I think. the other one had. And it also hurts quite a bit. Okay, it's a little bit harder to dodge. There's that too. At least you can still respond to that. Oh god. Pretty timely, but he runs into you and you cannot respond as timely as if you were just swinging this thing. Oh god. Right, so one hit and I'm dead here, I think. See if we can outlast him until that happens. I don't know if I should really bother to use healing items for a fight like this. That's just, you know, respond to stuff that's happening quick. Yeah, we'll be fine though. And if not, then there's always, you know, the... Okay, never mind. It was fine in the end. I guess he didn't have a head and the big house skull was just what he was using as a head. Don't really know what's up with that design. But for our trouble we got the steel tip, which is just gonna be better non-elemental damage, I'm guessing. I also look like you got a ball at the end of your whip now, like even more so than before, I guess. Right, let's try to take a very gentle elevator ride. It's kind of a contrast to the extremely violent elevator ride that was in Symphony. And let's check out the door that's apparently right across the hall from here. Oh, it's something there that we can't get because we can't jump over that thing and we cannot... we cannot, what was I going to say? We cannot enter from the other side either, I don't think, because we need something to open that thing up. And unlike Symphony of the Night, where it was like the Jewel of Open, where it's just like, you know, buy it from the shop. Don't think we can buy anything from the shop that would actually help us with that. We need to find it somewhere else. Oh shit. I almost didn't see the light creeping up here because I was trying to move my fan a little bit. My fan, which is so old now that sometimes it just kind of acts like it's not going to start up. Sometimes I hit the on button and it just kind of sits almost completely silent and not doing anything for several minutes until eventually it decides to work and the blades actually start spinning. Well, I say the blades, but that's more of a guess on my part than anything, because it's not like one of those fans where it's got like a big circular cage where the blades are inside, kind of rotating. No, it's one of those tower fans that you can't really see what it looks like inside, but you can kind of take a guess. Probably does not help its case. Also, here's one of those gates that is also from Symphony, that's in the marble gallery, but now it pretty much just exists in one place, and it only opens up once we have all of the Dracula body parts, I think. From what I recall, I think we need to go to the Castlevania version of the Luminous Cape next. Which I'm pretty sure going this way is a good idea. No, if nothing else, for the sake of filling out more of the castle map. Completion free. holy ring. I have no idea what it does. I could find out, but I don't know. Probably powers up a sub-weapon or something, based on what I've read. You know, if I had to take a guess, that's probably what it would do. Sorry, I would assume. Alright. Fill out the whole map, you know. Can't leave even one square without exploration. That is unacceptable. Alright, I think I have seen some of the, I might be wrong, I thought I had seen some of the, you know, the Castle A version of this place. The version of the treasury that actually has color in the background. It's supposed to be just monochrome, like the Castle B version is. Then how you tell them apart? Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. Right, that was the Master Lizard. I didn't really see which parts of that were like the parts that corresponded to being able to time my hits right so that he wouldn't just block everyone. And we're very close to our own personal room, so let's go ahead and drop on it over here. Let's put some furniture, and let's see what we got now. Look, it looks a little bit nicer now, doesn't it? But again, there's literally no purpose to doing this except completion, I guess, but I guess we just feel like doing it. So where do we go from here? I guess we gotta take a look above. I would like to know where some of the... Well, apparently there's not very many save rooms nearby. Oh. But the ones that are here are gonna take some walking to get to. Please. There we are. Yeah, it looks like he can sometimes hit this guy when like he's covering himself with a shield, but not quite sure exactly what helps with that. Other than being right next to him, I guess. Guess that might be it. Wait a minute. Right, the dead end is here, now the other side is here. At least we're leveling up from discovering all of this, these wild monsters, if nothing else. Now we just dash back in the direction we came from. And try not to get poisoned. I don't know if, like, found another one of Dracula's relics. What did that one do? Like, I think some of those are supposed to, like, protect you from getting poisoned and such. Okay, no, the heart negates petrification, but we're still vulnerable to poison, I guess. Hey, it's a closet. Found yet another piece of furniture here, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna get like all the furniture for that room. As many pieces as I can find it, I guess. So What's this guy's deal? It's the Blaze Master. Oh goddammit. They're usually green, but color does not make him less annoying. I thought one version of these fuckers in this game would be enough. No, apparently we would have two. That's great. So what is up here that is worth dealing with this guy? Oh, he's literally just running out my attack without even taking any damage. Right. That's great. So we'll do it again. I sure do love enemies that block completely like that. We got Heaven's Ring for our trouble. What does Heaven's Ring do? That's clearly gonna be completely worth it. Increases the strength of the axe, and the Holy Ring makes it hard for curses to be cast on the user. Yep. About as useful as I would have expected. Sure, I'm glad I got those things, let me tell you. Although it's freaking... It's a guy I was talking about earlier, but... It's actually here for real this time, oh god. And his attacks hurt a whole bunch more than most of the normal attacks do at this point. There we go. There. I kicked him. Let's just do this, I guess. I guess I'm gonna take a look down here. Should be pretty easy, at least. Good plate mail. And if we keep heading down here, there's no obstacle or anything in this version of this room. And our cursors keep spinning even though we're in the merchant screen. I guess we're gonna be selling pretty much the same stuff that as when we saw him last, so... It's made of silver. I could also use that, I guess. So we already have a better helmet and pretty much anything he's selling, but I guess we could use better boots, if nothing else. Alright, I'll buy these silver boots. I said I will buy the silver boots, not I will accidentally press B while having the silver boots selected. We'll switch out the Guardian boots for the silver boots now. There we go. I guess coming down here was actually worth it for once. And there should be a save room somewhere nearby. I have to kind of go on a detour to even get there though. Oh boy, here's this guy again. Right. Well, at least we did manage to get past him, but then there was another one. Not thrilled about this. More stuff for the furniture room, at least, probably. And more of these freaking Spectre swords that I really don't want to deal with anymore. Alright, there's something on the left that I don't know what it is, and then how it health max up. Life max up that I will gladly take, and then whatever's on the right, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be the save room, yes. just stop by here so that we can know that that's here and that we can be assured that we've already collected all that there is to collect here. That's also pretty gratifying knowledge. Okay, what's this game? Hey Alex, it's going alright, it's going. Oh boy, let me see if I can kill one of these guys without spamming the cross combo. There we go. Good, my arm. Alright. It's really been so scarce lately, that's alright. I mean, I pretty much was going to stream the last few days. You know that I pretty much didn't, but the reason I didn't was because my sleep cycle decided to suddenly conflict with my brain. So during the time that during the times that I would have been streaming, I was pretty much asleep instead. You know, not that I actually wanted to be asleep at those hours. It's pretty much more because I'm trying to ease back into sleep cycle that I actually am okay with. Yeah, I guess I would say take a bit of a break there as a result. But I think it works out, probably. Sure do like these swords when they actually are competent. Except not really. There we go. All that for a greed amulet. Pretty sure I already know what this thing is gonna do, but let's just confirm it. Increases its user's luck in finding money. Right. Probably not probably not something that I'm gonna get a lot of use out of, but still good to have, I guess. Takes care of the treasury exploration, I guess. I think we want to go to the cave next, but I think we want to go to the cave to actually make progress, but since I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that just yet, let's see if I can go down to the skeleton cave. I think that's what's to the left of the junction. The junction that I'm going back to now. This is 169%, I don't know. I mean, you say I'm going to try to get as much of the map filled out as possible, but I'm not going to be getting like every single like health and hard upgrade on the map or anything like that. Well, at least one thing I do like about Castlevania is that for these games, whenever there are multiple endings, the conditions for seeing the different endings pretty much are never related to, well, except in like one case that I can think of, which is Symphony, it's pretty much never related to the completion percentage or anything like that, but rather to doing a specific action at some point. You get a battle armor as a drop from the Master Lizard there. Sure do wonder if that's going to be better than what I'm wearing right now. Apparently yes, alright. I will take that. So now we're going left instead of right. here? Oh god, I'm gonna backdash into one of these guys apparently. Let's take a look at what the full color version of the skeleton cave looks like. I don't think we've been down here in Castle A. Only in Castle B. I don't think a lot of it is going to be that much different from what I recall them. So let's see, if we go all the way down from here, we should end up at a kind of a, what do we call it, dead end, I guess. Which I've just now realized, you know, whereas the background changes too, whereas in the Castle A version of, no, the Castle B version of this room, if you look at the background, you see like a skull version of a great ghost from Rondo. In this one, you see the skeleton of Medusa kind of wrapped around those columns in the background there. It's kind of funny, I guess, because I don't think Medusa is in this game as a boss. It's kind of an odd exception. And we also find more furniture here. And if I had to guess too, like the Medusa that you see in the background, there's probably supposed to be based on the Castlevania 3 mini-boss Medusa. I say because I've noticed that, you know, as far as continuity references, this does seem to reference that more than anything. Speaking of Castlevania 3 references, there should be another one coming up before too long. Might even be down here from what I remember. Hey, it's an Arthro skeleton. It's a skeleton spider, except does something other than just move around. Actually throws bones at you. But beyond that, it's pretty much the same as a spider. And if I'm not mistaken, in this room right here, I think in the other castle this is where if you go up here, well, you can find this guy. You've seen kind of the Carmilla mask from Castlevania 2 in the background, but in this version of the castle you see the third form of Dracula from Castlevania 3, which kind of looks like the statue of Pazuzu from The Exorcist. So another bit of visual continuity there. I'm pretty sure I can just, do this. Just do this to get past that guy. I think I do remember there being some kind of barrier here in the other version of this room, which is why I can just keep going left here. And now there's still this, but in this version of the castle we can actually break through it. Which is certainly something that I'm pleased about. Just gotta get that guy out of the way, and then put this thing back on the whip. And see what lies beyond. Apparently the answer is nothing right now, but I get the feeling that will not stay the case for long. If my hunch is right, this might even be where one of the relics is that we need to beat the game. I know where one of them is in the chapel, very close to where the throne room is. And if one of them is down here, then that pretty much leaves only one other one left to find. I think I do know where it is, though. I think the other one is by the entrance. I think we could go get it now, if I manage to get there. So I think, assuming that my hunch is right, pretty much located all of the Dracula's body part relics already. Okay, we got box puzzles. We do have box puzzles here. Oh boy. Can we move past this? Yes, we can. I guess I want to drop this. I'm not sure why yet, but I think it's gonna be a yes. Yep, we need that too. And make a stepping stone. And actually be able to get up there. Box puzzles. Well, do you remember that level in Circle of the Moon? That's pretty much just box puzzles until you get to the boss. Just let me tell you, I remember. Okay, we can make it up here. And I think I see what I gotta do. Just gotta do it like this. Unless it doesn't make any sense to try to do it another way. Okay, the question is though, should I have pushed the bottom box as far as I did? I guess no. Oh god. Okay, just gonna say that I somehow get stuck, but no. I guess they did playtest that at least. I think what I'm gonna have to end up doing here is push this enough to close the gap, but not all the way over to the left. And so when I drop this, I'm still gonna have room to keep pushing it. And that's how we get it over here. Get yet another health upgrade. How much health do I have right now? I have 375. Alright. So at least the way they do the numbers in this game, as opposed to how they do it in like Circle of the Moon, seems a bit more sensible. Hey, if you look in the background here, you can actually see Slogger and Gaibon's skeletons. You don't have to be paying attention to even notice that though. I'm actually kind of wondering how, like, if you could have even noticed it that easily in, like, the original Game Boy screen that didn't have a backlight. I see that a lot of people miss that because of that little detail. And red skeleton, right, so this version of this room, is it the one with the statue at the top right? So I'm guessing this one is actually up. This one is the one that cries bloody tears and makes more skeletons show up. So I guess it's a reference both to the song of Bloody Tears and to the level in Castlevania Chronicles where the same thing happens pretty much. The background music is Bloody Tears, and you got a statue crying bloody tears and making blood skeletons spawn. I think there's a candle somewhere nearby. I think like just one room over pretty much. That is a pretty good money farming spot from what I remember. You can't get up there yet. Might change very soon though, I don't know. I hope it does, because it's pretty much what enabled us to go even farther. Yeah, right here. We got 150 money from that, but well, I guess we can't really farm it right now, because we got the boss right here, which is the second version of Legion that you fight in this game. It's Legion Corpse, I think. The other one was Legion Saint. You can see exactly how pleasant this is. Not even doing direct damage right now, but once you actually expose the skeleton in the middle there, you can actually do damage. also have to deal with these little blobs that it drops at. I don't know what they're supposed to be there, like kind of bone white, but they also have those kind of blue and red radiants. But I guess there's not really that much to this boss other than keeping our distance. Not just right, distance. And realizing that this is what you're gonna do. I kinda wonder what's up with the background in some of these boss rooms, cause I kinda wanna know what the that big door in the background is all about and how it relates to the boss we just killed. And here we go, we got Cypher's Charm for doing that. Cypher being a kind of a recursive mistransliteration of Cypher. Pretty sure. Cypher's Charm, do you equip that as an accessory? Speeds up the rate at which MP are restored here. As you know, Cypher in Castlevania 3 was supposed to be transliterated as Cypher, I think, but then they didn't actually do it, but they did it for this game, even though Cypher had already been established as the character's name. This is supposed to be, a reference to. And, this candle will always drop to 150 gold, so this is pretty good. Pretty good place to farm for money if you ever need that. So we'll do it for a little bit, even though I can't really think of anything that I would want to spend money on at this point other than healing items. Which, admittedly I probably will need for the final boss fight. Probably not the actual full-on final boss, but the one that always precedes it. How much money do I have? I have 6297, which is more than I had before I started spending on some of the equipment I bought earlier, so that's interesting. Well, there's pretty much only one place left to go, I guess. Probably should have come here before going over to the cavern, I guess, in retrospect, because looks like I'm still gonna need that ability that I'm sorely lacking right now to be able to explore better. There. Why is the music in this such a downgrade from Circle of the Moon? I don't know, I think, it's pretty hard to ignore the fact that the kind of melody that they have going on is kind of closer to the chiptunes you would expect from like the original Game Boy, but I think there was an explanation for that they pretty much diverted most of the efficiency of the cartridge to something else, and so they ended up having to use this kind of chiptune sounding music. I think it was the graphics, after Circle of the Moon, they did go to great pains to make the character more visible on the screen, as you might be able to have figured out. As you may have figured out. Because if I were to mix that with able, it would be, may have been able to figure out. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole reason why they have just with the, the ghost image, kind of like Alucard had, and then the blue outline when he's standing still, and pretty much at all times. Kind of focused more on that, and I think that's the excuse they give for the sound. From what I recall reading. I don't know, I mean, some of the melodies are pretty good if you are able to look past the technical sound quality. I really like the theme that plays in the very first part of the castle called Successor of Fate. And I like the clock tower theme too. is why I'm glad that, you know, I was actually able to find a lot of remixes of Successor of Fate. Which kind of the same melody done with different instruments. Also, I just realized that this shelf that I'm attacking isn't actually the same enemy that, you know, looks exactly like this, except for a slightly different palette that I was fighting in the other version of this cave, which was the Siren. Even though Siren is usually given as a name for an enemy that's similar to the Harpy, as opposed to this one, which is usually called Aliorumnas or Salem Witch. I don't know why they made the little imps in this look like the devil familiar from Symphony of the Night. As opposed to, you know, the imp enemy from pretty much every other Castlevania game. I guess the change a witch to red and it becomes a pixie. Hey Lambda, you didn't tell me you were in this game. I sure hope you are even able to listen to this. Oh, okay, well, you know, an attack that does more than 1 damage, that's really surprising. Also, the man-eater plants that apparently have not changed at all since their appearance in the other castle. There we go. Oh, wow, there's a lot of these. But at least we got a save room right here. Alright. So let me see. Could explore a little bit more, or I could go fight this. Hang on a minute. I was gonna say fight this castle's version of the boss of this area, but I think there might actually be 2 of those. Because I do remember you have to. You do have to have at least 2 boss encounters here. If I don't know, or rather, guess what the way I could phrase what I'm thinking right now is I do recall at least 2 boss encounters that take place in this area. And one of them is plot related, so let's see. Full helmet. Is that better than the kettle hat? It covers the user's head all the way to the neck, and yes, it is slightly better, so I guess we're changing to that. Oh goodness, should probably drink water. Otherwise, that probably would be a good idea. And let's open up this wall here. And just stand on the ground, it'll still break. Oh hey, we get another, another one of these things that is used to travel between the dimensions. So did we not come to this version of this room in the other castle? I guess not. Because it must have been like blocked off or something. But now the blockade is gone because we got rid of it in the other castle. Alrighty then, so we've taken that little detour to help open up a shortcut. Let me see. Right, apparently there's nothing in this room that, or there's no other way to go from this room other than the way we came in. So let's see if there's anything to collect. Well, there's another invincibility jar that I'm probably never gonna use. You know, those items that you find in RPGs, that's like, it's too good to ever use it because it's so rare. So rare and versatile. You know, funnily enough, when I think of examples of that, it's like, the only other big one I can think of is the golden mushrooms in the Mario and Luigi RPGs. Yeah, you can find like 4 of those every time you play the game, and you can't grind them or anything, so... Doesn't make any sense to use them, because they're so good and rare. So let's see what's down here. Oh hey, they can actually fly fast, I forgot about that. And they can try to cast a spell from inside a wall and have it get stuck in the wall. That's pretty good. So which way should I go first? Let's see. Well, first let me confirm my suspicion that if I go down to the... If I go down here and then to the right, there will be a boss there. Yep, there will be a boss here, indeed. Let's take a look. Oops, it's a victory armor. AKA a sword lord. I'm gonna get bamboozled by that, so... Let's go and check out what's down this path first, I guess. Looks like it'll lead to a dead end anyway. Which is good for me, because it means more exploration confirmed complete. Oh, I'm getting a lot of crits now. Oh, I almost managed to dodge that. If only that crit had come just one move earlier, then that would have been great. Oh, didn't realize he would launch in that direction. And we get another hint card 1. I got hint card number 1. Which says somewhere there exists a mechanism for draining the caves. I thought we already determined that, like, very early on into our exploration into you know, the other version of these caves. Found that out in a very comical black comedy sequence. At least I hope that's what that was supposed to be. Oh fuck, I lost my cross. That's what I get for getting distracted. Oh, how are you not dead yet? Come on. I'm sure I had hit you more times than that. Should I continue on? I think I'm gonna go back and save, since the save room is so close by. So what does the Cross of the Wind book do anyway, or the Bible? What does the Holy Water do? Oh, hello. Hello. Never mind, I'll hold on to this combo for now. Until I can find the cross again, I guess. Because you know, the good old Hydro Storm spam is always a good thing, but... I think the you know, Wind Cross Circle spam does typically have high potential for damage, so... So you know, don't mind if I do and all that. Alright, later Alex, have a good one. I don't even want to remember, like, how many hits it even took me to kill that one victory armor that you find very early on in the game at the Wailing Way or whatever, the Chapel of the Apostates, whatever it was called. Because if it takes me 5 hits to kill them now, oh boy. Let's see what's at the end of this little detour here, at least, hopefully. Got one of these sylphs and an ectoplasm, which, okay, at the very least, oh hey, those things struck. I had no idea, since I didn't even know if I had even let any of them... Oh, okay, didn't know they could do that either. I'd say they hadn't even let any of them fire off before, but... You know, the more you know. It's always good to know what's gonna happen, at least. Potentially. Okay, did I forget to... I did, didn't I? Put the steel tip back on. So the crushing stone, which is not so good for actual combat. Doesn't reduce the number of hits I have to administer to kill these things, but still, oh, it's this guy again. Do you have anything useful that you didn't already show me? I guess not. I already got one of these, thank you very much. Ceramic mail, well, I guess that's actually better, but it's kinda too pricey for me right now. Looks like the kettle helmet, or the full helmet that I got just lying on the ground, you know, is better than that. Pretty much the only better armor that he has right now is the ceramic mail. Crafted from a material that modern alchemists can't comprehend, even though this takes place in like like the 1740s, I think, if I recall. I'm pretty sure ceramic was already pretty popular by that point. Like, we're talking about ceramic here. I'm pretty sure it was popular way before then, like at least 1,000 years before. But I'm getting distracted. I want to actually buy some of these. Let's get 10, shall we? Don't know if I'm gonna need them that urgently, but probably good to have. Or I want to think of one very specific eventuality that I've already talked about, which is the lead up to the final boss fight, pretty much. I probably don't need them for. So what's over here, I wondered. Oh, hey, it's a lion head. It kind of looks like the part in whatchamacallit. It reminds me of a couple of things. Reminds me of the lion head that you hit in the second level of Chronicles to kind of start a flood that rises up. And it kind of reminds me of the arena in which you fight Sheila in Symphony of the Night. But yeah, evidently we need something to... something else to actually make any progress with that thing, so let's just come back later. I'm doing really badly at judging like where to go first right now. Do not have to constantly backtrack. Welcome back, lizard man. Ugh. Alright, let me see. I don't even know if I should bother going to... I'm just gonna go try to beat the boss right now, I guess. And look, Lambda's in the game again. So why do I have the cross? Sure, I would rather have the... well, not the cross, but the Bible. Thought I would rather have the holy water over this thing. And yep, still in the spooky crystal caverns. At least we're in the alternate universe version of them now. I'm just gonna go ahead and save again. And then, if I recall correctly, we should be in for a little bit of revenge time. It's somebody that we've seen in the past, being behind the boss door here. Whereas before we had the golem fight. Now we got this guy instead. It's Talos, I think, yep. The guy who chased us into the castle at the very start of the game. Except now we can actually fight back, I guess. Oh yeah, he does 2 strings, forgot about that. He's got a pretty weak leg joint though, by the looks of things. Oh, also got pretty tricky movements, by the looks of things. Boy. He also changed about his forearm for a little blade, I guess. We've pretty much seen the entirety of his moveset by now, though. I really should have seen that coming, but I just wanted to get more hits in. It's not like with every other boss, I don't even know how much health this guy has, but well, I guess that was it. It's just hitting his shin over and over again was all that was needed. I was gonna have to like move on to a different weak point at some point or something, but I guess not. Life max up, got heart max up, and we are back to the point where we kill the dude to make a waterfall of blood to help us rise up before, but no, that's not possible by the looks of it. But maybe I should have actually, well, at least now I know that I can't really proceed from where the boss was just by being the boss, but I'm guessing that I'm still on the right track. I had to imagine. And if not, then, you know, there's a gate for warping between the 2 versions of this place very close by. Also, I want to see Redware's new keyboard, let me see. Combo, keyboard and mouse. 7 different LED color options. That seems pretty nice. And the mouse too. You know, I should probably replace my mouse. Like, I do have a pretty nice keyboard that I've bought pretty recently, but like the mouse I have, it's a Logitech mouse that I think I bought like I don't know, like around 2011 probably, so about 5 or 6 years ago now. I pretty much only got it so I could replace my old mouse that I had from Logitech, or not Logitech, but Gateway computer that we got in like 2009. That was mostly working fine, but then the plastic above the right mouse button got bent. It pretty much was sticking up the whole time, so to actually press that button you had to you know, apply that a little bit every time you went to press it. You know, it's been mostly worked out fine since then. It's like one of the last wired mice I managed to find at the, you know, oh shit. Just realized that I'm taking damage from being underwater, which means I probably shouldn't be down here, right? I don't know, like reason I was looking for a wired mouse is because I didn't trust wireless mice terribly much, since pretty much the only one I used was one that I got as part of an HP computer set. But that was back, that, you know, didn't end up being that great, but that was back in like 2006 or something. Several years before, and I like to imagine that in the 10 plus years since I had that mouse, things have gotten better. Like one of the last keyboards I used was a wireless one, and that one was really good. Even though I do recall that, like, I got a diamond. You know, I also had a wireless keyboard as part of that very old HP computer. It had Windows XP on it. And that keyboard was also not so great, but like one of the newer keyboards that I used that was also wireless was pretty great. So I guess what we're doing now is I think I do recall seeing a way into the back into the entrance of the castle that was blocked by one of the breakable walls before, or one of the breakable I don't know if I should even call them walls, but like still kind of pillars, I guess, that are in the way sometimes, that I can break with my crushing stone now. I'm in Castle B now, so yes. If I go all the way back to... Yep, if I go all the way back to the skeleton cave, so this might take a little bit. Should be able to get to where I think there's one more place I can open right now. Right, so... This is the Cooler Master Tower. Oh boy. Alrighty then. No, funnily enough, I think if I was to have any kind of brand loyalty at this point, it would probably be to Kingston. Since a lot of the stuff that I use has turned out to be pretty good. I guess Kingston stuff. Got my current SSD, got my sticks of RAM, got, you know, the keyboard that I'm using, and now I got my headphones also. And it's all turned out to be pretty good. I forget if I have anything else that's made by them in my computer. I don't think I do. Back through Skeleton Cave we go. There's one more place I need to visit down here anyway. Before I forget, I just gotta go to down here and then go all the way to the left, I think. Where there used to be a barrier, but now there isn't, and now there's a bullet tip. Alright, never mind, that's not what I thought was gonna be here. Where's the bullet tip? Causes bullets to fire from whips. Tip only when the HP is max. I think I'll pass on that. I think that's gonna be a terribly common occurrence, to be quite frank. Just basically like the sword beam from Legend of Zelda, except with the whip here. You know, with the exception that, unlike Legend of Zelda, you don't get stuff to heal yourself in the field, so it's kind of pointless to have a bonus like that. I mean, I guess you technically do by, like, getting potion drops from enemies and such, but it's nowhere near as common, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Let's use the crocodile skulls as stepping stones again. Just keep going left here. Right, okay, I forget. I'm pretty sure we're coming up on the... oh. Coming up at the save room first of all, but I think we're coming up on the place where... not much is up to where we fought the Legion boss in the castle, and... kinda want to confirm if the money trick works in Castle B or in Castle A. It would be here pretty much, I think, where you... no, I guess it only works in Castle... the other one, in Castle A. This is where it would have to be, and... don't see the 250 bag here. Also, Gnat Lizard. So here we are. It's kind of weird, like I can make this jump here, but I guess I couldn't in the other castle, maybe I just didn't try hard enough. Well, that shouldn't matter anyway, because I think if I just keep going down this path here, I'll end up in a place where I couldn't have done that much before, but now that I have new upgrades, or at least an upgrade that I didn't have before, that I have now, should be able to go farther. Here we go. Here's this thing, and here's me breaking it. And here's the area where Successor of Fate is the background music. And there's also another save room, so we don't even get to hear that much of it right now. And before it resets, at least. What's that? A pretty vase, or vase, alright. Question mark? I'm sure to wonder what that's about. Can't jump over that thing, can we? Shit, oh, alright. Looks like there wasn't much to this either, after all. This troubles me deeply, because this means I don't actually know where to go next. Might have to make a very brief consultation. For the sake of progress here, because I cannot keep going that way, I'm gonna have to go all the way back to... I don't even know how far, but I'm guessing the other castle. See, I'm upset now because I don't even remember if I tried to make that one jump in this castle or in the other castle or not. Jump that allows me to come here, but I thought I just kind of eyeballed it and I thought it'd be too high to make, but apparently I might have been wrong. And I might have just ended up losing a bunch of time because of that. This jump right here, it doesn't really look like you can make it from down here, but apparently you can. So we're gonna give my dash back to the teleporter and then travel into the other dimension and then come back here again. As much as it pains me to do so, and if we fail then we're just gonna have to consult the stars. Unfortunately, not much to say again. I cannot run out of stuff to say pretty often while I'm doing these. Mostly because unexpected stuff like this happens. Well, I guess there's one other place we can check out, which is... hang on a minute. Okay, never mind, I was gonna say there's one other place which is the throne room. Like with whichever version of it we hadn't explored yet, but then I saw them up and I realized that that was not actually the case. I've already seen both versions, apparently. Oh, I get cursed again. Can't dash while I'm in this state. That's really unfortunate. There we are. Just a little farther now and we'll be 50% done with this little inquest that I'm doing. The funny thing is I don't even remember, like, how I even traveled between the very start of the game and, like, this part. Originally, I think there was, like, a warp room that was supposed to look, was designed to look more like the warp rooms in Symphony, but it's pretty much the only time that design of room was used for anything, so it just kind of slipped my mind. I think that is what happened. Alright, let's just go. And there's gotta be more. more of that, more of them, they're challenging enemies, so... I'm gonna have to be just a little bit more careful while cruising on by. You know, like I'm not being right now. That's probably a good example. Right, at least we're leveling up too, I guess. This is technically an opportunity, to do some more of that. Come on, let's go. Alright, thank you for your cooperation and dying in 4 hits instead of 5. Really appreciate it, I swear. Hang on a minute. Alright, back to the Cave of the Skeletons we go. To prove or disprove a little suspicion of mine as to what I'm supposed to be doing right now with, you know, actually make progress in the game and try to get more stuff. Okay, potion drop. How nice is that? Boy, do we need to redo the box puzzles here? We do, don't we? Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. There we are. There we are. And now for this extremely subtle piece of puzzlement again. And I already solved, so it's kind of lost to me. This point. No, I sure love how I was able to fight through this room full of the skeleton glass enemies twice without even saying anything about them. I think they speak for themselves, really. Not really, I want to say they're like another slight visual nods to Symphony, but I couldn't even tell you what part, like, off the top of my head I couldn't tell you what enemies in Symphony, like, are in glass tubes in the background, and then they break out like that as you pass by. I think I'd remember that happening in some of the other games, but like, there would be games after this one. Ones that I could think of just on a whim, I guess. Alright, here we are. Let's see if we can actually make the jump to the platform that's up there. We can make the jump to the platform that's up there. I just didn't try because I'm an idiot. Alright. Also, we have a mimic here who's, as you can see, kind of mimics our movements, but unfortunately we do have this thing help offset that. And we can also use him as a tool to help us reach this thing. And card number 5, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They say there is a book with the power to summon monsters. This is true, but the way in which we get that book is actually pretty secret. So those things where it's like, we actually got hit by the mimic that time. At the very least, if we whip the thing at the same time, it looks like mine is slightly faster. So I think that's all the hint cards in the game, pretty much. It's, stuff for finding secrets, and also one of them pretty much outright tells you where one of the relics, one of the Dracula's body parts relics is located, or not located, but like how to access it. It's not really... Well, because it's not really evident, I guess. Here we have another box puzzle here. I'm actually not sure what to do, what we're supposed to do here. Or what we're expected to do here, I guess you could say. Right, so if we where do we need to... We need to bring a box over here so that I can jump up there. But how do we do that? Because if we stack 2 boxes here, I think we can actually stack up to 3, and... yeah, I don't think that would actually... Well, let's test it out right now. We're probably gonna have to restart it, but yeah, we can stack like 2.5, and that won't really get us anywhere. Let's do it right now, just to demonstrate. Yeah, if we stack the third one on here, we'll actually be able to push it over there, so we need to be a little bit more clever about this, like... I suspect there is one other thing that we can do. Like if we move this, because I'm guessing we're gonna have to take this box, the one that's all the way up top here, and... use that to... Right, I have an idea. I thought, like... this may be a little bit risky, but I can't really think of any better way to do it, so... If we put this all the way over here, and we put this all the way over here, and then we bring this down here... Then, oh, okay, there we go, just barely managed to get that. Well, shit, I mean, okay, don't never mind, I was gonna say, we can push the other 1, 2, and that'll also work, but no, it won't. Just saw that the distance is not quite so worried about that, but, oh, hey, is that what I think it is? It's a floodgate key. Also, we do have to come here first. Floodgate key to enter the Lion's Cross in the cavern and presumably get rid of the water in that one part. Alright. And we also come up here to where the... So I guess I did manage to figure out the way forward after all. And also find my own way back to the original version of the castle entrance here. Save after that resounding victory. What is over here? Still a question mark, but I don't think the wolf fountain was there before. And unfortunately, there's still a complete nothing, just a big column blocking my way, so that I can't jump over or anything. I think I know what's behind that locked door too, but we can't actually cross the door yet. Actually, I don't even remember where we get the item for being able to do that, but... doesn't help either, but if you recall, there's actually two types of locked doors other than the one that Maxim's bracelet unlocks. So we're technically gonna have to find two items to open those doors. Unless it somehow turns out that we don't have, we only need one, but that would actually really surprise me. I did replay this not too long ago. I feel like I should remember this stuff, but I don't, because I'm really not as not as familiar with this game as with some of the other ones. Even like not even fucking Circle of the Moon, even though that came right before this, and even though I'm familiar with Aria of Sorrow, which is the Game Boy Advance game that was the last one that came out. Last Castlevania for the Game Boy Advance, which is my personal favorite Castlevania, so of course I'm familiar with that one. But this one's just the oddball in all this. Like, I'm never gonna... I feel like if I were to keep playing it after this, I could never play this game enough times to remember where all of this stuff is just offhand, like I do with the other games. But anyway, now that we've, procured the floodgate key, we go all the way back to the other place, the caverns in Castle A, I think that's where we are right now, yes. As you can see, there's a big chunk of Castle B that we have yet to explore, but actually kind of wondering like what parts of Castle A we have not yet explored, because there's like, there's the castle center, that much I see, and like also some bits that we have yet to fill out that are just kind of gaps, because we can't jump high enough or other stuff like that, but beyond that I don't really see anything else, so I guess we're actually pretty close to the end. Once we actually are able to procure the upgrades we need to reach these last few places that we have not been able to access yet, then the ending will pretty much be open. Sure hope that happens soonish, because I actually am getting a little heavy-eyed here. I do want to finish the game tonight. I am all but certain that I will. Jesus Christ. Even though my addiction abilities are being destroyed as we speak. It's partially because of how sleepy I am, I would imagine, because I woke up at like 1 a.m. today, which is, it's 8 p.m. right now, so you can imagine. But what else was I gonna say? There's one other reason I can think of why my addiction sucks today, and it's the fact that one of my dental crowns fell off while I was chewing some stuff, which wasn't even hard or anything. It was very soft and pliable, but it still kind of fell off for no reason. It's really weird, because it's actually the second time in my life that something like this has happened, I think. Like I was just eating some breakfast, and it was soft food, and then all of a sudden this thing comes loose. It like breaks off of the base. And it doesn't hurt or anything, but it's still annoying. Because your mouth is incomplete without a tooth, you better believe it. It's to the point where it's actually not as easy to speak as it would be with it. So I'm probably gonna end up having to see the dentist tomorrow because of that. Say tomorrow, I could have been today or even yesterday, I think, because it happened yesterday, but a couple of extenuating factors made it so that couldn't happen. But here we're almost to the place with the lion, I think. It's past the save room, yes it is. Just gonna travel to the end of this hallway here. Or these red pixie witches really want me dead. There's a lot of them too, alright. Let's see here. So you gotta go left and right and left and left. I have to keep going down the whole time, but I'm not running into enemies like an idiot like I'm being right now. I don't know if I should be taking that much of an effort or making that much of an effort to fight the enemies here, since I do notice that, this is happening and leveling up off of them, but I don't know how much that's gonna help, to be quite frank with you. How much should be trying to focus on promoting that? It's gonna happen either way, but okay, let's just keep going left here. I think you're almost to the room. I think this should be it, as a matter of fact. Yep, here we go. Floodgate key was used. And here we go. The lion is drooling now, and immense water was drained away somewhere. So now we should be able to explore that other part of the caves, which I'm guessing is what we're expected to do, based on, everything. I was so sure that we would have to come here last time. I guess we did end up having to do so, but... Well, I mean, come here last because I wanted to check out all the other areas before... Like, so I could explore before any plot events triggered, but what I mean by that is... I thought that the next plot event was going to be requiring you to come to this area first. But now apparently we had to go to the skeleton cave first. Shows you how good my judgment is and all that. Same as when I thought that the item you get from the left side of the room with the skeleton spiders was going to be a relic of Dracula, and it was actually just another one of those useless whip tip upgrades. I mean, some of them are good, like this one that I'm using right now, but then you get some shitty novelty ones like the bullet tip. I call them novelty because I'm never gonna use them. Like, I'm sure there's some people out there who, for some reason I can't really fathom, like, this is their favorite game out of the GBA ones, and they found like a million ways to use all sorts of different equipment combinations to do loadouts and such, but, as you can tell, I am not one of those people, so... Is this switch gonna leave the corner? Okay. And then, be in a place where I can actually hit it there. So I just gotta keep going here until we reach this, I think. There used to be water here, it's gone now. Let's see exactly what lies beyond. Let's look at the combined map so I can see where I'm going. There we go. What's to the right? It's arm plates. Which something tells me they're not gonna be as good as the bloody glove that I have already. Arm plates. Nope. Bloody glove, which is actually one of the best, glove armors in the game, if I recall. It's gear to fight the final boss with, pretty much. And gear I probably will fight the final boss with. What about this, though? Leggings. Are they better than the silver boots? They are not better than the silver boots. So I guess that was a good investment for once. I got these motherfuckers again. I really don't like them. It's just... They can even block Hydro Storm. Can you see that shit? Oh god. Please stop doing that. Get down. There. Why doesn't he jump? Anyway, because he's rather do something more obnoxious, I see. At least he only does 1 damage now. That is slightly more appropriate for these fuckers. Appropriate, I see. As if they didn't typically do lots of damage, like even from their first appearance in Rondo. When they were, you know, all green. Like the other versions of them that appear in this game. Like, they still did a lot of damage back then, but I feel that for how fucking difficult it is to evade them and hurt them effectively. Oh, here we are. Actually didn't know that this was down here. I thought it was up in the other corner of the area, but I'm gonna shut up about the Blaze Masters now, because we got a boss, a plot boss actually, if I recall. Hey, so this is where you were. Return lady to me, you scoundrel. But that's just fear out that maiden is now with Maxim, even though Maxim might actually help out somehow, if, you know, it's kind of a crapshoot as to whether he will or not. Maiden will play an essential role in the completion of this castle. This castle is in a transient state and is preparing for my lord's resurrection. However, this castle is not complete until the 2 castles have merged. We must rid of your dear friend's spirit. Of course, he knows ways to reinforce his power. When something is dear to you, its effect upon you becomes immeasurable. Surely not Lyria's blood. Why, I don't know why her blood specifically, but now I will extinguish the candle of your soul, so here we go. Time to fight death again. This actually kind of follows a trend that, I guess, very briefly begun by Circle of the Moon in this game, where, you know, you got the signals in this part of the fight, and so technically, and, you know, stuff like whatever the hell this is too. Or that has the traditional multiple phases to the fight, where he doesn't really change forms. Well, he didn't used to, at least. He did in the last game, and well, you'll see, but... And then the first phase of the fight turns out to actually be harder than the second. Spoiler alert. What is happening when he's like, he gets hit, just like... It looks like in his staggered sprite he's got like extended wings or something. Alright, what's he doing? Oh, he's doing the beam attack again. At least that leaves him vulnerable. Or maybe he's doing like the Jesus pose, I don't know, it looks like something like that. Oh my god, and if he actually does manage to hit you with the scythe, he does do damage. Which is why I'm not thrilled that he's being very successful at that now. He has a ton of health compared to other bosses you can appreciate. Well, it's just the fact that you can't quite spam him as easily as you can some of the other bosses. Okay, there we go. Phase 1 is complete. Phase 1 of 2, as you can see. It's still a little bit difficult to ignore what is happening before you when it looks like this. Oh. The little thorn tail does 4 damage. And then you realize you can actually ride on his back and do this and get a lot of cheap hits in. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what they were thinking when they designed this form and his second form in Circle of the Moon. You know, the turtle. I don't think it was quite as... I don't think this is quite as bad as the turtle, but it's up there. You know, at least this one is actually requires some kind of effort to evade as opposed to the turtle where you just kind of sit there and look like this. But then, you know, you realize that you can just ride on its back and get cheap hits on the head. And it doesn't really make a difference, does it? The castles will soon begin to merge together. And he lost his head. Well, let's hit our little recovery ball here. And see what lies beyond. It's the Griffin Swing. And you can see what it does, pretty much. It's the super jump power-up again, and it has the same controls as it did in Symphony, which is up, no, down, then up, and then A, or the jump button, I guess. If you want to be technical about it. Also, I'm a release fox. Come on. You know, I can't avoid you, so might as well. Well, now apparently he's stuck in that one horizontal place. That's interesting. I don't even want to fight these fuckers. Just like, bye. So that we have the Griffin Swing, we can of course reach all sorts of exciting new places. Such as, you know, the place that'll... Jesus Christ. Well, first of all, I say Jesus Christ because I just realized what I'm gonna have to do next, I think. And I am not at all thrilled about that. And that is, of course... Well, hang on. Well, I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is go back to Castle B and then... and go from there, I guess, but... Let's just say that we're just gonna keep moving back and forward between two places that we've been doing that, but we're gonna have to keep doing that by the looks of things, but... Oh, I super jumped into that pixie, alright. But what I want to do first is actually check out this this area up here, if I can find it. And I couldn't actually access before. Now we get a chicken drumstick again. And now that we have the super jump, we can actually make, you know, the jump over this giant pillar in the middle. And then fail to see what's in these candles. 100 every time, right? And since we've already, you know, explored both parts of the castle beyond, there's not really much of a point in going there right now. So what I'm gonna do is go back to the warp room and switch back to Castle B. But first, to fill out some, you know, that one part of the map that I just unlocked for Castle A, that's just in Castle A right now. Sure don't want that to remain the case, let me tell you. Jesus, my brain was not keeping up. Save. Come on, I can just power through the rest of this, I think. There's really not that much left, there's just pretty much all that's left now that I have the Griffin Wing is getting all the relics and then just you know, going to beat the final boss. Even though, Jesus, my voice, even though there is a couple of variations that I'm gonna have to do to show all the endings. Because there's at least 3 from what I recall. Taking it in a normal, you know, story mode. Let's go. So that's how, you know, when we got the easier enemies down here, they're even less dense than the hard enemies in the other version of this room are. And it feels like it should be the other way around. Right, that takes care of that. Alright, you might have already guessed where we're going. Well, there's actually, I just remember, there is one more, technically there is one more, what do you call it? One more upgrade we want. And one more upgrade we're probably gonna have to get before it's all said and done. I'm gonna stop by the room down here. Just to see what the new furniture will look like. It's the tea stuff on the table and the vase back there. It's a very nicely decorated room, isn't it? Clearly the ultimate mission of every vampire killer is to become an interior decorator in their enemy's castle. Well, of course, here we go again, my favorite place on Earth. Gonna go do it all over again. Just now I know for sure that we're not gonna have to retread these grounds too badly, at least. Too egregiously. Okay, it's this way. Let's go ahead and there we go. Get that, and we're almost at the place. We can finally put our new shiny power to the test to explore somewhere new and exciting. I might have to cut this off if it gets too bad with me getting sleepy, because Jesus Christ, it's getting it's about how you'd expect. I think that's one way to put it. But then again, if you say something like that, you gotta realize you're not being very considerate. Jesus, can't even come up with words quickly. Considerate of what the other person chooses to make their evaluation of the situation, their assessment. Alright, let's get to the top of this room, which is where the big, horrible pillar was. It'd still be there, and it is, but now we can do this, so it doesn't really matter, does it? See if we can at least get through to the rest of the entrance. Yeah, we can. Alright. Crushing stone. Another steel tip, thank you very much. Well, there we go. We did it. One exciting new place, namely the evil entrance. The entrance in Castle B, I guess. It's not really monochrome, it has a different coloration, different sort of a vibe, I guess. Also got feather demons, which are definitely a new addition. You notice this thing up here, you can in fact go here, but then you notice that there's something else up here that you can't do anything about, so... Kind of a moot point. But if we go all the way over here, we get the War Fatigues, which, let's see if they're better than the battle armor. They're better for strength, but not for defense. They are better for intelligence, though, but... I'll just keep the normal ones that I'm wearing already. We'll be content with that. Oh boy. Alright, we get a like eye painting back there. And clear bone. Oh god. You know what I just realized? There's the game I'm going to be playing after this. There's some enemies that are kind of like that, and in retrospect, this is probably where they came from, but they're actually really annoying to fight in that game. So, you know, it sure is good to see precisely, where the sort of my hatred really comes from. I still don't know what this thing in the background is, but sure I questioned that when I was going through the Castle A version of this hallway at the start of the game. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to stop this pretty soon because my mind is just no. I just want to put up with this right now. It burns like you've been awake for nearly 24 hours, please. So I might have to cut this short and finish the rest of it some other time, like, I don't know, early tomorrow or something. Actually not such a bad idea. But I don't know when that would be even, to be quite frank, but the thing is, it might be early tomorrow, might be like early Tuesday, soonish probably, but yeah, unfortunately, I've been awake for too long, my brain can't really stay awake that good right now, so if I believe this is where we're going to leave this off for now. You know, shorter stream than usual for sure, but it's gonna have to be for now. So I will see you later. Might be tomorrow, might be the day after, might be on Friday, but I will see you soon. I don't know if it's gonna be with me. It'll probably be with the continuation of this, considering that, you know, doubt there's gonna be anything else going on Thursday, if nothing else, but yes, I will see you at the end of Harmony of Dissonance very soon. So until then, let's see if I can, you know, now that it's actually a more reasonable hour, sleep off this extreme lethargy that I've been building up for about 6 hours now, I expect. So you'll have a good night, and I will see you when I see you. Just have a little outro like I usually do. Let me just get to the thing, and let's play this for now. actually look up like a song from the game that I've been playing, but I think, you know, like in other aspects, other respects, Harmony of Dissonance is also an odd duck in that respect, so yeah, I'll see you later.